Welcome back to WagerTalk TV. I'm Marco D'Angelo, joined in studio with Bryan Leonard. You can find Bryan Leonard at BLeonardSports on Twitter. And Tony Finn, you can find him at Finn at WagerTalk on Twitter. Guys, this is part of our Betting 101 series where with all the states that are coming aboard with legalized sports betting, there's going to be more and more people new to sports betting. And there's a lot of terms that they might not understand. And this is a simple one. Most people are going to say, why are they even discussing this? But what is season win totals? They have them for every sport. Bryan, I'll start with you. Explain what a season win total is, and then tell us a pro or con both ways as far as betting season win totals.
Well, season win totals are basically, let's use the NFL for instance. You have 16 games, and they put out a win total of how many games you think your team is going to win. Sometimes they put a little bit higher juice on it, maybe a 115 each way. But basically, let's say I'm wearing my Browns jersey. So let's say the Browns season win total was 9. You can come in and you can bet that for the entire season. You have action on the entire season. You can bet over or under 9 wins. If it ends at 9, you get your money back. A lot of people, which are fans of certain teams, will come into town and they will bet those type of wagers. It's a nice present if you're coming in town and you want to give something to your buddies and you know they're all, let's say, Browns fans. You would just bet $20 10 times for the Browns season wins and hand them out to your buddies. It's something where everybody can root for the whole season. The major con in season wins is you don't get paid until the season's over. So you're putting your money up for a good 6 months at least, and the major advantage in it is if you are one of those people that are really high or really low on a team, there's so much variance in week to week in the NFL, you know, betting that team each and every week. Just bet them on the season wins, over or under, based on that, and it gives you enjoyment for the whole season, and you're able to, if the team plays out the way you think it will, it's a good investment.
Tony, any pros or cons for you with the season win totals?
A lot of pros and cons. Well, quickly, in the pros, obviously the cons are that Bryan's right. For the most part, those season win totals, if we're looking at ticket numbers, it's for fun, more than it is for an investment, a professional investment per se. There are professionals that do play season win totals if they can get, if they find a book that will allow them play more than $500 on what I consider basically a season prop.
Our own Teddy Covers has done very well.
Yeah,
with,
I know guys
NFL
that make a lot of money playing those.
Yeah. That's the pros. You can make some money. The pro is, in that one, it's if your team can exceed, or the team that you like can exceed that, or not, or fail, depending on which side you're on, that is that your returns basically 90+% on that, depending on the juice. For the most part, 100%. It can be 100%. If you like your team every week and you play them to win on the money line, chances of, in the NFL, the parity is the way it is, the chance of returning 100% is probably, the probabilities and the odds are very similar. So.
All right, and Bryan, just to elaborate with you, my suggestion to people with season win totals is if you're a newbie and you're just learning to play and you want to have something and have, like you said, action for the whole season, a season win total is a good bet. You put your bet down once, make a couple teams, you're either betting them over or under. So each week, you've got something to root for. You're rooting for the team that you bet over to win, and you're rooting for the team you bet under to lose. So it's a good way to have season-long action and not have yourself overextended and get play. The cons are if you're a serious guy betting, but maybe you have a limited bankroll, tying your money up for 6 months, that's something that I personally don't like to do on a bet that's basically going to return even money. I mean, you're going to lay maybe 120 to win 100, depending on the juice or whatever, but you're not getting, like if you're betting a futures on a team to go to the Super Bowl or win the playoffs, what's going to be a plus ticket. This is an even money ticket, and I don't like tying my money up front.
I prefer this much more to betting the futures because only one team is going to win the championship, and once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. We've seen that in the NHL. And I know a lot of guys who will come out and they will bet a team over 8, knowing that they're going to be a very popular team. All of a sudden the game goes to 9.5. They can take the under 9.5. They set themselves up very well. But those are guys, as we've all pointed out, guys that have big bankrolls and don't need to worry about the day-to-day thing. And that's really the big drawback, is you've got so many, especially in something like baseball,
Right.
when you got 164 or 162 games, playoffs, as opposed to just waiting until the end of the season. So that's the problem you have.
And for people to know, even if you bet a team to go over 8 and they hit their ninth win, in the 12th week of the season, you don't get to cash
You
that
don't get
ticket
paid
yet.
until the season's completely
Till the
over.
season's complete. Absolutely. All right, good stuff, guys. Hey, don't forget $2 Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we take the hottest capper at WagerTalk, and we offer his best bet for just $2. What a way to introduce yourself to WagerTalk or to a brand new capper. Check it out every Tuesday at WagerTalk. We'll be back with more here at WagerTalk TV.